We're all familiar with the Toyota Innova Krista, but what I have with me today is the big daddy of Toyota MPVs. It's called the Toyota Wellfire. It's coming to India soon, and today I'm going to tell you why it could just be a luxury car you didn't know you wanted. I'm just going to gloss over the Toyota Wellfire's exterior design and styling because, like all other MPVs, it's what the Wellfire's like on the inside that really counts. All I'll tell you is that it's big on bling and is a mountain of an MPV. If the Innova Krista is a living room on wheels, this one's a mansion. It's nearly 5 meters long, 1.85 meter wide and 1.9 meters tall. What those numbers mean is that the Wellfire is colossal on the inside. The Toyota's powered rear doors open to reveal corridor levels of space between the front and middle rows, and the middle row seats themselves look more like lazy boy recliners than your average captain's chairs. But I'll get to the middle row in a bit. Let's talk of last row comfort first. Despite being such a large MPV and having sliding doors, the Wellfire's door aperture isn't all that large. But you can work out a fairly good legroom compromise with the middle seat passenger. And the first impression is that this third row doesn't feel like a punishment posting like typical third rows tend to feel. The windows are nice and large. You get sun blinds which work a charm on hot days as this. There's a retractable armrest. You can adjust the backrest for recline. The seats are really comfortable, and perhaps the seat base is a bit flat, but apart from that I really can't think of too many flaws. In fact, this could just be among the best third rows in the business. You can of course play around with the configuration too to maximize luggage space. The third row seats slide forward, split 50-50, and can also be moved out of the way altogether by flipping them to the sides. A low loading lip and powered tailgate make it easy to load luggage. The boss's car sure can be put to good use when it's time to shift offices. Now over to the main event, the middle row. It's a bit of a step up onto the Wellfire's middle row, but it's helpful that you get these grab handles to ease your way into the cabin. Once you're settled in place, you'll really like what you see. I'll start with the seats. They're soft, cushy, plush, and honestly, they wouldn't feel out of place in a Lexus. They're that good. Then obviously, there is the big talking point, space. Just look at the sheer amount of space I have on offer. I am 6 feet tall and I can sit with my legs stretched out. If you want more space, you also have the option that is popularly called boss mode in India, and that's for a reason. Still not satisfied? Well, you have this console on your side that adjusts other seat settings. So I have a seat heater, seat cooler, and the adjustable footrest. I can adjust the angle and the length. And after a particularly tiring day at the office, you might just think that a good snooze would be well worth it. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Other things of note at the back include the full-length sun blinds for the large windows and dedicated climate control for the rear section of the cabin. There's a sunroof and 16-color mood lighting as well, and you also get small retractable trays. Toyota is yet to announce the final feature list for the India spec Wellfire, but I sure hope they bundle in a rear seat entertainment system and rear charging sockets too. Up front, the driver and co-driver might not be on the best seats in the house, but they don't have it bad either. The seats are big on comfort, get heating and cooling, and as an added plus, the front passenger seat comes with a powered leg rest. Seat memory, a heated steering, and an easy access system that moves the seat backwards for ease of entry are things to make the driver's life easier. But for all its gizmos and space, the Wellfire's interior still feels like a Toyota interior. There is a generous use of soft touch materials on the larger surfaces, but many of the buttons feel plasticky and some even look dated. The Wellfire's aftermarket touchscreen infotainment system doesn't do it any favors either. The Mercedes V-Class that the Wellfire will inevitably be judged against offers a more premium looking cabin. Owners probably won't be the ones taking the wheel, but their chauffeurs will be happy to learn that the oversized Wellfire isn't a handful to drive. When you first get inside a Wellfire, you know that this is a really large MPV. There's almost 1 meter between me and the base of the windscreen, and there's a lot of space in every direction. But when you're actually on the go, it doesn't feel as large as you'd imagine it to be. But it feels smaller than it is simply because the controls are light. The steering doesn't require much effort, and even a U-turn really doesn't require much forethought. The high seating and large glass area give a great view out. The Wellfire for India will come powered by a hybrid powertrain that comprises a 150 horsepower 2.5 litre petrol engine and a pair of electric motors, one for each axle. The 105 kilowatt or 143 horsepower front motor works in conjunction with the engine to drive the front wheels via an eCVT. On the other hand, the 50 kilowatt or 67 horsepower rear motor solely powers the rear wheels when needed, at full throttle for instance, or when slip is detected, to form an electric four-wheel drive system. On the go, there's actually much to like about the powertrain. The Wellfire has a reasonable amount of go for an MPV so large. It builds speed pretty effectively, and not that you'd really want to drive it hard, but should you press down on the accelerator pedal, you'll get the engine and motor more excited than warranted. The fact is that the ready power means you don't need to wind the engine all that often either. What's more, it's also possible to drive the Wellfire in pure EV mode. You can only do so for short distances, but this too requires absolutely gentle inputs on the accelerator. It's back to the rear seat to answer a nagging question. It's quite a pleasure to watch the world roll by from the back seat of the Toyota Wellfire. But I'm sure that a lot of you would be curious to know how it compares with a typical luxury sedan. Well, there are differences. On most counts, the Wellfire does really well for itself. Seat comfort is spectacular. But where the Wellfire does fall a bit short is in terms of ride comfort. The ride tends to feel a bit firmer than what you'd like, and also there's a bit more road noise than what we'd expect in a car of this class. Why the comparison with a luxury sedan or SUV? Well, the Wellfire will come to India as a full import in early 2020, which means prices will be in the region of 85 to 90 lakh rupees ex-showroom, which is a lot of money. The Wellfire isn't the sort of vehicle that fits the typical description of a luxury car. However, those who want space and comfort above all else and also value the peace of mind that comes with buying a Toyota will actually find a great match in the Wellfire. It's not for everyone, but as I said at the start, the Wellfire could just be a luxury car you didn't know you wanted.